Okay, you guys, so I have on this bruise from my previous tutorial. I wanted to do these together specifically so that you can see the difference between what I'm about to do and then this coloring right over here. So I am still going to be working with my James Charles palette. That is what I used for this right over here, just to have like a little bit of consistency for you guys. But it's going to be much, much different than the tutorial that I just made for you guys. So starting off with a like larger brush, and I'm going to do this on this side. And again, I wanted to do these together so that you guys can really, really, really see the difference, because you can compare two pictures, but it's much easier for you guys to see on this side, you know, all together. So here is my old bruise. This is like a couple days old, maybe like 3 to 4 days old, I would say. And so now we're gonna do a fresh one, a fresh one. So I'm actually going to be taking a blush also, but you guys can use like the pink in the James Charles palette. I'm gonna be using all of these actually. I'm gonna be mixing these 3 pink shades together, and I'm going to be stapling all over and even down over here. And I'm going to go like down. And I'm going to take all this pink and just go right over here. We are going to make this better, just so you guys know. And I don't care about smudging my lipstick, because I want this to look like I just got into a nasty bar fight with your boyfriend because I saw him disrespecting you. So my lipstick might be a little bit smudged.
Houston, hello. This is a Russian space station. Can you hear me?
Now, you guys, I'm going to be taking a light purple right over here, and I'm going to be mixing this in with a setting powder. So I'm going to mix in, and I am going to stipple that right on. And this is like very, 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 very light and subtle. It's not like, it's not a lot, you know. Where we go? There we go. I'm not well. And so I am stippling that in like, there we go. Not at all am I doing this blended or anything like that. I'm doing this really, really stippled. And you know what? I'm gonna like purposely smudge my lipstick over here, because that's what it would look like if I just got sacked in the face. I wouldn't have perfect lipstick on. So I'm going to add these over here. This is gonna be, I feel like, very simple. This is like a very, very simple tutorial. And so I'm actually going to take a little bit of shimmer actually. So this right over here. You can also use like a gloss or something if you want, but just because I'm using a shimmer. And I'm gonna go like right with my finger and like almost go over that, because what happens like when your skin puffs up is that it will actually get a little bit shiny. This is like a really, really, really quick tutorial, because there's not a whole lot of blending to this look, so it's not going to be a lot of time taken up. And so now you guys, I'm going to take some cotton pads. I'm going to take some cotton pads. And I'm just gonna, look, I just got my wisdom teeth out. I'm gonna stuff those like I just got sucked in the face. You know? Just like that. There you go. Nice and swollen. So here's the thing, you guys, is that I have 2 fake bloods. One of them, they're both Mayron. They're like, one of them is just like regular Halloween blood, you know. You can get this at like any Halloween store. And so this is like blood splatter, you spray it. And then this right over here is blood gel. I'm not going to use either of these things for today because I think that this is too red for this. I think like it's just too bright, like you guys can see. And it's not like real blood isn't, it's red when it's like fresh. But then it gets like darker, you know, as it dries a little bit, which is like, this is the perfect pigment. But maybe this would be fine. But this is too jelly for me right now. So like this product stays very wet. It stays very sticky and it stays very wet. It holds very well. It holds very, like, I love, this is my favorite, one of my favorite special effects tools is this blood gel. But for this look, I just don't think that this is like necessary. I think it would be too much, and I think it would be like maybe not as what I'm going for. Whenever I use fake blood, I usually use this guy. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be taking these shades right over here, this red right here, this like burgundy, and this brown, and I'm going to be mixing them together right on my face. I might want, not right on my face, right on my hand like this. Maybe add a little bit more red. I don't want this to be very bright. And then I'm going to take my setting powder like this, and I'm going to spray the Gajibzes out of this brush. And then I'm going to dip again. And I'm also like, I'm not going back into, I'm collecting like excess products, but I'm not dipping this really wet this really wet brush into my dry powders. I don't want to do that. So I'm taking this and I'm just adding like some little blood dots, you know, not like a whole ton, but just like I would look like I have a little bit of dry blood, you know, and it would be like kind of dry because I would just get sacked, you know. It's gonna be like fresh. Maybe I'm gonna try this just so you guys can see what I mean. You guys will see what I mean. This is, oh my God. What do I even do at the gym? Honest to God, because I don't have strength. Like, I don't know where it all goes. So instead, I'm going to take the blood like this, like on my finger. Like, if you guys can, my hands are a mess right now because of all of the like smudging of my lipstick and the mixing, but like, it's that way, guy. That's the name of the game. And I'm just gonna go like, yeah, this will be fine. So I'm taking this and I'm, you know what? Yeah, this is good. I like this. It's fine. And but it's like, I just got sacked and I have a little bit of blood that's drying and I'm like talking to the cops outside. Should probably add some like wet marks to cry. This pigment right over here, and this is why I wanted to compare them for you guys and have them both side to side like this so that you can really compare the color difference. You can see this one is a lot darker. This one is like very, very fresh. You know, it needs time to develop that color and that pigment, but you still have these areas and where you can see the initial area of like impact. We could even add a little bit more purple, although I don't think that I need it because like my lipstick already makes it very purple. But you can see, I hope you can see, there's like a darker area of purple right over here. And you can think about the fist, you know, where is that going to land? How is that going to impact? And where are the areas that are going to get struck the hardest, you know? And so I kind of did it. And you also have to keep in mind, so my lipstick is going this way, you know? So that means someone sacked me like right in the face like this and swooped out like that, you know, like that's what it would mean. So you have to keep in mind, like, where would that impact go? Where would that impact be? How would that do in real life? You know, how would that be created? How would that movement be created? And if that specific movement were to be created, you have to make sure that things match between the impact of like the darker pigments of the bruising versus where you're smudging your lipstick, if you're smudging it at all, versus like where you put your cotton pads even. So my cotton pads are a little bit more, like they're not going to be so much on the bottom area of my lip. They're going to be more on the side because I know that that person went more to the side and swiped like that. So my bruising is going to be concentrated more on like this area rather than like my fat lip, you know, like a big fat lip right over here. So you have to be very aware of those things. And with coloring, you're not going to add any of that brown over here yet, and you're not going to add any shimmer to this. So I do have this tutorial also that you guys can check out, but the only reason I did these together is so that you can really see the difference that just even a few days can make, and that can alter your story completely. So this is not really like, if you are working on film, you know, on a set, it's important to know this stuff because it really does make a huge difference. You know, you wouldn't add fake blood to this. You wouldn't add shimmer to this. You would add blood to this. You're not going to add like those darker pigments over here because they need some time to develop. And that really does, it's these little things that make a huge difference in the overall outcome and look that you create. And especially like if you're working on a film set or anything like that, your professionalism goes from here to like all the way to the top. If you know how to create things according to a certain timeline, it really does make a huge difference. So this is definitely a great place to start for beginner special effects. It is amazing. The whole special effects community, I just love it so much, and like everyone is so friendly and so creative, and it's just so amazing to see these like works of art, you know, especially like I love watching horror films because I love to see the makeup. It's not even about like the story. It's just like I want to see those awesome makeup jobs, and I don't mean like those like CGI things. I want like practical effects, you know, because some of these film makeup artists are just unbelievable. They're unbelievably talented. Like if you want to also get into special effects, I would definitely suggest, if you can stomach it, watching some like sci-fi or horror movies, and you can just see these, like it's like going to a museum. It's really great. So thank you guys so much for sharing this special effects journey with me and letting me be a part of your story. I really appreciate it. If this video is helpful for you, if you liked it, and if you feel like supporting me and my channel, please give this video a big thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed to my channel. It really does make a huge difference. And thank you guys so much. Again, I appreciate you so much. If you have any questions, any recommendations, anything like that, suggestions that you want me to do for my next upcoming videos, anything like that, leave a comment for me down below. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you next time. Bye!